welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome back to another TBR Bingo video. If you have never seen a TBR Bingo video before, what it is I use a bingo ball cage to pick a ball. That number on the ball correlates to a prompt, and I use that prompt to pick books off of my TBR. I have a board where I try to get bingo. Every time I get a bingo, it's either a reward for me or a reward for you. Last month we got a bingo and it was a giveaway, so this time if we get a bingo anytime soon, it'll be a reward for me. If you'd like to go check out previous installments of this TBR game, I will leave the playlist in the cards above and in the description box below. Feel free to check that out at your leisure, whatever that word is. But that's all the intro for this game. I want to talk about how I did in the month of March, all of the books that I was supposed to read and whether or not I completed them, and then of course we'll jump into my TBR for April. So starting off, for the month of March, I have my TBR jar pull, which was King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair, and unfortunately I did not get to this. For TikTok recommendation, I had Flock by Kate Stewart, and I have not read this one yet at the time of filming this, but I still have 5 or 6 days left of the month, so I plan on reading that one before the month is over. For 5+ word title, I had Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, and unfortunately I did not get to this one, and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it before the month is over, but if I can squeeze it in, I will definitely try. For a TBR game, I played Becca's Bookopalathon, and I picked Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I did read this. For element on the cover, I chose The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and I did read this. For an even number of pages, I chose Seventh Circle by Tate James, and I did read this. For odd number of pages, I chose Legendborn by JC Dion. I have not read this one just yet, but it is top priority for me before the month is over, so this will definitely be read before the end of March. Then for Pile of Shame, I chose Queen by Katie Robert, and I did read that. For Kindle book, I chose Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay, and I did read that. For a book I never thought I would read, I chose 10% Happier by Dan Harris, and I DNF'd this. For new to me author, I picked Jacob by Jacqueline Frank, and I did read that. For Kaylani pick, I chose Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score, and I did read this. For multiple POVs, I chose Paradise Lagoon by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, and I did read that. For gifted, I picked Out a Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth, and I did read this. For Unhaul Project, I chose Frostbite by Rochelle Mead, and I did read this. For standalone, I chose Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I did read this. For read a sequel, I chose Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. I am currently a little bit more than halfway through this one, and will definitely finish it before the month is over. And finally, for second chance author, I chose This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi, and I did read this. So all in all, I would say that's a pretty successful month. Alright, that is all the recap that we need for the month of March. So let's go ahead and get into my April TBR jar pull, and then of course our dice roll. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our TBR jar pull, and then we will roll the dice. There are a lot of slips in here to choose from, so let's see what we get. I'm going to try to pull from the bottom, I think. We have Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I don't know if you can see that, but it does say Regretting You. And then, of course, as you guys know, if I can fit it into my TBR bingos, then great. But if not, it is what it is. So without further ado, let's roll the dice. All right, you know the drill. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. Wow, 19. It can only go down from here, right? Let's hope. I'm going to roll again. 4. Okay, I can't do a 4, so I'm going to have to roll one more time. 13. Okay, I can do that. All right, 13 spins, not too bad. Let's see how we do this round. Let's go for spin number 1. We have, let's see, 61. Starting off strong, we have 61, and that is an author I've read from before with a shiny pink heart. Kicking it off with spin number 1, we have 61, and that is whoa, an author I've never read from before with a shiny pink heart, so we're down to 12 spins, I'm pretty sure. And the book I'm going to put in for that is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. Of course, my TBR jar pull. I have read a Colleen Hoover book in the past, many, in fact, and I have loved pretty much all of them. There's only one book that I have given less than 5 stars, and I'm very excited for Regretting You. I've heard mixed things about this one. I know that it has to do with a mother and daughter relationship, but I don't really know too much more about that, and I prefer to go into Colleen Hoover books pretty blind. I'm just going to read the little top line here that says, how do you pick up the pieces without the glue holding everything together? So hopefully I like this one. I love Colleen Hoover's writing. It's quick and easy, so I don't doubt that I'm going to love this, but I am a little nervous. Spin number 2. B3, and we have our first one on the board for this game. My luck has really turned this game. We have B3, spicy book, but it also has a shiny pink heart. Spin number 2 is 3, and that is spicy book with another pink heart. I don't know what's happening here, but I think I like it. So we are down to 11 spins? I don't even know anymore. And for spicy book, I chose Make Me Hate You by Candy Steiner. This is a book that I got in a in a Mystic box, and I'm very excited to read it. I love the stencil edges on this. I think it's absolutely stunning. I have read a Candy Steiner book in the past, and I really loved it, so I'm excited to see how I feel about this one. On the back, it says, every sip of air is shallow and burning, because in the arms of my best friend's brother, I am the closest I've ever been to sin. Yes, best friend's brother romance? Say less. Spin number 3 of now 11. Whoa. We have G59. Literally, what is happening? G59 is a 5+ word title with a shiny pink heart. The world is tilting on its axis right now, and my luck has really changed because I got 59, which is a 5+ word title with another shiny pink heart. What is happening? I don't know, but I love it. We are down to 10 spins. Can you believe it? And I picked up A Cruel and Fated Light by Ashley Shuttleworth, the second book in the series. I reread the first book last month with the anticipation of getting on to book 2, and I would like to do that before I forget all the events of book 1 once again. So hopefully I can get around to this one. This is a faith story following 4 queer teens that are trying to navigate court politics in a fairy world and investigate a murder mystery that is happening in the world. Very fun, very fast-paced. I liked it quite a bit, so I'm excited to see what this author does with book 2. Spin number 4 of 10. I-23. I-23 is a paranormal book. Spin number 4 got us 23, and that is a paranormal book. I'm going to be continuing it on with the Nightcrawler series by Jacqueline Frank. I am doing a read-along with Jackie over at First Lady Reads and Becky over at Beck X Reads. We are reading the last 3 books in the Nightwalker series this month, and the next book I need to read is Damien by Jacqueline Frank. This is a demon paranormal romance situation. However, the book that I need to read next, Damien, is actually about a vampire. So definitely paranormal. I'm interested to see where it's going to go, and hopefully these last 3 books will go as quick as the first 3. Spin number 5. I-26. Another one on the board. 26 is, of course, a punishment. We have a random prompt times 2. Okay, our next spin got us a punishment, and that is 26, and that is a random prompt times 2. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomize a number between 1 and 75, find that number on my prompt list, and I have to pick 2 books to fulfill the prompt. So without further ado, let's do it. I'm a little nervous because this is never one that goes in my favor. I feel like every time I do this, I end up getting a crappy prompt. So we'll see. I'm going to randomize it 3 times per usual, and then we'll pick a book or 2. So let's do 1. Come on. 1, 2, and 3. That is 17. And 17 is TBR jar. I hate it here. Okay, the faded TBR jar is back. I don't want to pick out of here, but I'm going to because I was told to. So I'm going to do it. There are a lot of slips in here. All of my physically unread TBR as well as my audiobook and Kindle books that I have not read are in here. So lots of options. So we're going to pick 2. The first one, I'm nervous. I have 2 in my hand. Let's put 1 down. Is A Marvelous Light by Feyre Marsky. Not what I wanted to read, but let's pick out book 2 and see what happens. I'm hoping for a romance. I'm in the mood for romance. Give me a romance. Wild is the Witch. Not a romance, but one I'm really excited to read, so I'll take it. All right, the first one we pulled was A Marvelous Light by Feyre Marsky. This wasn't a Lumicrate book. I don't know anything about what this is about. I know that it is a fantasy, a queer romance, I'm pretty sure, and it is kind of like focused around the magic that is kind of like Cat's Cradle. Emma from Drinking on My Shelf really loved this book, so I'm really excited to see if I really love this book, but it definitely wasn't on my radar of something to read right this second. However, that being said, this edition is absolutely stunning. I love this edition so much that I, splurged and bought the second book in the series to match, even though I haven't read book 1. So hopefully I like it because I have book 2 on my shelves that I also need to read. And then the second one that I picked out was Wild is the Witch by Rachel Griffin. I read the author's debut novel 2 years ago now and absolutely loved it. I'm very excited for book 2. This one is also absolutely stunning underneath the dust jacket. So I'm very excited to get to this one. This one follows a witch who is trying to make curses, and she makes a curse that an owl steals and takes it across the forest, and she is now on a journey to find the owl before he unleashes the curse and plagues the town that she lives in. There's also a romance in this, but it's not like a strictly romance book, so I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping to get another romance on my list this month, but it is what it is. Spin number 6. Oh, 70. 70 is FOMO. For our next one, we got 70, and that is FOMO, and that is, of course, to read a book that I feel like I'm missing out on. And for that, I'm going to read Praise by Sarah Kate. My friend Karina has been, like, absolutely raving about this series, and it's making me want to read it so bad. Every time she talks about it, I'm like, I literally am missing out. I have a fear of missing out on this series. I even bought the entire series, because I was so afraid that they were going to change the covers, which they did. They changed the first book cover, and I hate it. And I was so afraid they were going to change the rest of the covers, and I was going to fall in love with the series and not be able to have matching covers, that I went and bought all 5 books. So I have a problem. It's fine. But I'm very excited for this one. This one follows, I'm going to try to synopsize this. I believe it follows the heroine who just broke up with her boyfriend. She's going to drop off his stuff at his father's place of employment, but the father mistakes her as his sub for hire and ends up creating a relationship with her. Wow, that was really hard for me to say. So it is an ex-boyfriend's father romance, and I've heard that it's spicy and sexy and hot, and I'm very, very excited for this one. On to spin number 7. G47. 47 is 22 in 2022, or 23 in 2023. Then we have 47, which is 22 in 2022, but I've just changed this to 23 in 2023 because we are in the new year, and I want to tackle that list, obviously. And I'm going to choose The Legacy by Elle Kennedy. This is the last and final book in the Off-Campus series. This one is a bind-up of 4 stories following all 4 groups of characters and their life after college. I'm very excited to read this one. I've had it on my list for a long time and haven't read it because I'm a little afraid to say goodbye to these characters once again. So I've heard good things, but I've also heard some mixed reviews. So hopefully I love it. I have high hopes. I love Off-Campus so much, so I'm hoping that she doesn't let me down. Spin number 8. I-18. I-18 is a random color generator. Alrighty, our next one got us 18, and that is a random color generator. So, of course, I'm going to generate a color. So I have my screen recording up on the screen. I'm going to do it, of course, 3 times, and let's see what we get. So we have 1, 2, 3. Broom yellow. Alright, I'm going to see what I can do to make this work for a romance on my list, because I really want to get to some more romances this month. So I'll be right back with an answer. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because I have the perfect romance book that is this color, An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak by Jennifer Hartman. Oh, I'm so excited to get into another Jennifer Hartman book. This author knows how to literally break me, and I'm not ready, but I'm also so excited. So excited. This one says, there once was a girl with fireflies in her eyes and music in her soul. Remember her? She's important. Oh, no. I'm not ready, but I'm so ready. So hopefully I can read this one. It's relatively short for a Jennifer Hartman book. It's literally under 300 pages. So it's going to be a quick read. I'm so excited. I'm ready for my heart to get ripped out, and I cannot wait to read it. Moving on to spin number 9. Wow. Oh, 73. One more on the board. I knew it wouldn't last long. 73 is random letter generator with a black heart. And things were just a little bit too easy, because then we got 73, and that is a random letter generator, but it also has a black heart, which means we're doing one more spin. But after all the less spins that we got, I would say it's still a pretty good month. So of course, I'm going to screen record, and I'm going to pick it 3 times and see what letter it lands on. 1, 2, 3. V? What the heck am I going to read? It has a V. I'm going to open this up because V is kind of a hard letter to a book that has V in the title at all, or the author's name. We'll see what I can find. Okay, I decided to go with Only One Forever by Natasha Madison. This is another one of my Mystic Box books, and I've been wanting to read more of these books. I've been paying the subscription, and I've only read one of the like 10 or 15 books that I've gotten, so this definitely needs to happen. I'm very excited to read this one. It is a hockey romance. I don't know anything more than the fact that it's a hockey romance, but I'm excited to give this author a go, and the gilded edges on this, absolutely stunning. So hopefully I enjoy this one. Spin number 10 out of 11. Lots of G's. G58. G58 is tarot card. Okay, so up next we got 58, and that is tarot card. So I have my tarot cards from Fairy Loot. I'm just going to shuffle them up. I do already have predetermined prompts for these ones, and I'm going to put some intentions in and see what I get. I don't really know what I want either. I'm hoping it can give me something that I've already want to read. So I think I'm just gonna go, I think I want to go for one of these black ones. The black ones are calling me. We'll pull this one here. And this is Death. Ooh, we love that for me. Ugh, I have no idea what this prompt is, but it's probably something featuring death, and it's not what I wanted. I was right. The prompt is a book involving death, so let me find something. Okay, this one actually worked out better than I thought because I really wanted to read more romance, and I think I decided that this one works perfectly. There's No Devil by Sophie Lark, the second book in the Sinners duet. This one follows a serial killer romance. I feel like that pretty much sums up the death prompt. So I'm glad this worked out. This one follows Cole and Mara. Cole is a sculptor, Mara is an artist. Cole is the serial killer and he ends up stalking Mara, and somehow they create a relationship and it's dark and twisted, and I'm excited to see what happens. There's also a rival thing happening with another serial killer and they're constantly trying to one-up each other, and now Mara is one of the other serial killer's targets. So I'm excited to read this one. This one also has illustrations in here, so like I'm so pumped to read this edition because it's absolutely stunning. So that is what I'm going to choose for a book involving death. And what is possibly our very last spin, spin number 11. 20. Another one on the board. We are killing it these past two games. And 20 is 2022 release. And surprisingly, we got to our last and final prompt, and that is 20, and that is to read a 2022 release. And for that, I'm going to choose Gallows Bridge by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, the last book in the Harlequin Crew series. I've been meaning to finish up the series for a long time. The fifth and final book finally came out on audio, so I'm going to listen to the last one and finally finish up my first Caroline Peckham Susan Valenti series after starting 4 of them. Love that for me. So I'm very excited to read that one, and hopefully I love the ending. But this is a reverse harem dark romance, so I'm assuming I'm going to love it. All right, that is all the books that are on my TBR for this month. A lot for this month. Even though it ended up being like smaller number, I feel like there's still quite a bit of hefty books on this TBR. And I think the only thing that I'm really missing is like a really chunky adult fantasy. That was kind of my goal for every month, is to read a chunky adult fantasy. So if I get through all of these books by some miracle, I'm hoping to get one of those on my TBR as well. That is my TBR for April. Let me know if you have read any of the books I talked about today and what you thought of them. And of course, let me know what you plan on reading for the month of April. I love you all very much, and I look forward to seeing you all in another video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye! Baby, turn it down like a sweet and ready.